What's going on, guys? It's GBP, baby. Welcome back to another video. Hope everybody's doing well, and let's dive straight into things. Um, Hopefully you've watched yesterday's video. If you have, you'll see that a lot of my PD arrays and everything has been completely disrespected today, and these are quite difficult conditions in all fairness. Um, and the reason I'm finding it so difficult is because we are very much trapped in a range, and I'm mainly looking at this volume range between this high and this low, and you can just see our price is just gyrating with inside of it. And if I'm obviously we had a large up close day today after running out the stops in the south side on Monday. We've traded higher and it looks like we're going to be closing higher as well. And if I was just to say that we're bullish now, it would be me chasing price, and that's one thing I do not do on this channel is chase price. So I don't want to be that person. However, seeing how bullish and aggressively we turned around once again, it does make you think twice. And I do think it's very possible we may just stay in a consolidation, and I'll go into more details that as we drop down to the lower time frames. So here's the volume imbalance, which I wanted to find resistance at. And you can see that although we tapped into it in the early hours of Tuesday, I believe, not even the early hours of Tuesday, right on Monday, we traded just short of it, and then we traded lower and started pushing towards my original target, and then we got a reversal in the London session where prices managed to climb back above and start to push higher. But as you can see, although we've managed to expand back inside of the range that was created on Monday, it started to find resistance in that you can see how prices started to create relative equal highs up here. And I'm going to clear up a few things just that we don't things that we don't need right now. I'm going to get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, and get rid of this. And it is still very early in the week, so we need to take into account that a Judas swing may still be in play, and this might just be a part of the manipulation, as we'll see later in the week. And I don't really want to change my bias because overall, my bias is based and is drawn from a higher time frame, meaning that it should remain relevant regardless of how bullish it feels or of how we're closing on the Tuesday. So do take that into account. But nonetheless, I'm looking at how we're trading into this range. So we've got a high, a low, a high, a high, and we have a down close. And you can see this down close candle is where price has actually found resistance, which happens to be a breaker. So as much as we've came back into the range, we are hitting a PD array, which would suggest price should need to turn at this point. And then just to add to that is the way that these relative equal highs are forming above here, 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 and here. As far as I'm concerned, if price was going to keep rallying, it would have done it today, as in it would have continued comfortably. But you can see how it's, yeah, cool, we've had large expansion because we moved from the downside, but it's now found a lot of resistance, and this resistance, like I said, hasn't come out of nowhere. It's coming from this breaker. So with that taken into account and with that in mind, my bias still remains the same in that I do still want to see price drop. It's just that the kind of resistance we're going to see on the back of it is going to be interesting. Now, we do have high impact news tomorrow with PMI, so it's very possible that that might be a motivation to help send price. And then another thing to take note of is looking at the resistance in terms of buy side and sell side. So on the sell side, you can see there's a lot less resistance, as in on Monday we dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 hours straight we were falling, whereas on the buy side, although we've had large expansion, it's been high resistance, as in you can see price expand, pull back, and now you can see, like I said, we're in this consolidation. So we're seeing more struggle on the upside than we are on the downside, and that's another reason as to why my bias hasn't completely been flipped, even though it feels like it. And it's times like this where you really have to just stick to your guns at the end of the day. But anyway, like I said, high, low, high, high. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a breaker, which means that price is allowed to trade around here. Now, what I'm going to be using as my determinator, as into whether I want to stick with my bias or not, is whether price continues to respect this breaker. So the midpoint of this breaker is already delineated right here, and as far as I'm concerned, price shouldn't want to close, especially on the hourly above there. So price can wick above there on the hourly. Ideally, it doesn't, but I don't want to see it close above there because that would then suggest other, and that means that price may very well want to continue to trade higher. And if it does, like I said, if it does decide to want to trade higher, we've got much bigger problems to worry about, in that we're probably going to be stretching for very high highs if it does want to run above there. So if it breaks this breaker into the highs, then we're thinking about large expansion and we can get in on much bigger moves. However, if it manages to stay resistive at it, like continue to find resistance like it is right now, and we move it to Wednesday with that, then I'd expect us just to roll back over, back below that Sunday opening price, and getting back to business in terms of wanting to pull towards this original level. So that's everything I've got on dollar. Let's go down to the 15 minute just to get a closer look. Again, you can see that break, and I can only imagine how many people are seeing this expansion back into the range. Remember, a range which has already been formed this week, guys, and are going long, thinking, oh, it's going to keep going. Like I said, if it was going to keep going, as far as I'm concerned, it would have kept going, but it's finding a lot of resistance. Now, I do like the way it's engineering these relative equal highs, like I said, so let's get that delineated. So this very well could be a buy-side liquidity pool for short term, maybe in the London session. But like I said, I want to see continued resistance, and I want to find weakness for it to then pull back into itself. And then on the back of news, hopefully expand aggressively lower. Again, look at how low resistance this move to the downside is, how high resistance it is back into the range. I want to see low resistance on the way down again. So it's going to be interesting to see if that can be delivered. And then, like I said, high, low, higher, high, swoop down. So these down close, this whole move down is, like I said, a breaker which we're currently playing within. So yeah, not the best of days in terms of what I was expecting based off yesterday's video, but like I said, we're still very early in the week. And when we drop that, when we go to the other pairs, we need to remember that Tuesday is when we expect the high or low of the week to be made anyway. So with that taken into account, let's say Monday has already made the high of the week. Tuesday is allowed to do this. Like, it's allowed to do its thing, because usually it's Tuesday that makes the high. But if anything, this shows a lot more bearishness in that Tuesday's failed to make the high. We've already made the high on Monday, and price may want to continue to expand aggressively lower. Now, like I said, this is, albeit, this is assuming we stay within this breaker range. But like I said, as soon as we break the breaker, pun intended, then a whole different story, and I'll be looking at much higher highs to be reached for, and we can talk about that in tomorrow's video. So that's going to be everything for now. I'm going to be paying very close attention in the London session. So that's going to be between, I'm going to get these lines delineated now so that we can refer to it tomorrow. 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. Let's get that marked out in orange. Like so. And this is where I want to see the high of tomorrow get made. If, assuming we're bearish, this is where I want to see the high get made. And that means us rallying to some kind of extent and then dropping out. For the rest of the day to climb on lower. Now, Wednesday might not give us a full run on liquidity to the downside, but if we can drop off at any amount, maybe even just below the Sunday opening price, Thursday and Friday should be an easy trade in terms of expecting continued downwards pressure. But I'm really liking, considering how much bullish action we had today, I'm really liking how we're struggling at this range, at this level specifically. So that's just something to take into account. So that's going to be everything on dollar. Let's head on to GBP USD, and obviously similarly GBP, let's go on to the daily. And if you watched yesterday's video, you'll know that I was expecting us to trade a bit deeper into this premium range. We obviously wicked into it, and I've came back and started to pull back into our range, which is cool. But again, if we're expecting dollar to potentially still find resistance, and we want to see if pound can find its strength again. Now, pound had a lot of strength in the early hours of the week in terms of on Monday. It's already ran out highs, which euro hasn't done and dollar hasn't done, meaning that GBP has done work which euro hasn't done and which dollar hasn't done. So if anything, GBP is likely going to go into some kind of consolidation whilst them two catch up, because it's already done the work, it's already ran the stops here. So I can imagine GBP, getting itself into a bit of a fickle fight. So let's clear some stuff up, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm expecting GBP to pretty much stay within Tuesday's range and what it's created. So let's go to the 4 hour, and you can see we've came back down into this range. Cool, there's a fair value gap, whatever, but I'm expecting us to probably just back and forth consolidation kind of price action. I doubt it's even going to take out the high it's created. I reckon if we do see dollar drop off, that means that GBP will rally, but it's not going to rally any higher than, say, this bearish order block right here. As in, we might just rally up to here, but I reckon it's going to be very highly consolidated. That's what I'm getting from it. As in, I doubt it's going to fall off. Just because, like I said, how range bound it is, and the kind of expansion, you don't see expansion like this and then price just simply pull back like that. But like I said, it's already done work, and this is where the work's already been done. Right here, this buy side liquidity has been grabbed. We've pulled back into a range. Cool, we can come back up to it, but it's going to be very, like I said, fickle. It's not going to be clean price action. If dollar's going to do as we expect. Here's that fair value gap I was talking about. I'm going to remove the middle point just so that we know we're trading within it. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy for price to stay within it. But like I said, we're likely going to consolidate within there, and pound isn't going to be the pair I'm going to want to be looking at tomorrow, to be honest. It might drop a little bit lower, maybe run these lows and then pull back into the range, but I don't expect much at all, because like I said, it's done It's work, it's done, it's business as far as I'm concerned. Any lower than the fair value gap, then that means that dollar would have then likely broke this breaker I was talking about, and it'll keep rallying. That's assuming it can get up there, but like I said, it's looking very high resistance right now. Like the way we've hit it and how suddenly we've hit these levels, it's looking like it's running out of breath almost. So we need to take that into account. We'll drop to the 15-minute, and you can really see as it trades into this fair value gap, you can see high resistance. You know, a lot of back and forth, trading within the same range. Yeah, cool. We might drop down, maybe hit this high, but I wouldn't be surprised if we just stayed quite range bound and consolidated in that sense. So that's just something to be wary of. Now I will quickly get the daily dividers up. Let's see where the Sunday opening price is, because I completely forgot. So let's get Tuesday marked out there. Let's get Monday marked out here, and let's get Sunday marked out there. Now Sunday's all the way down here, and unlike dollar, it hasn't traded back down below the Sunday opening price, which is interesting. And as far as I'm concerned, if we get to Wednesday and it's still not going to be back below there, it probably means we are going to remain, pretty much bullish, as in like levitating above it. We'll talk more on this maybe on Wednesday or Thursday, as it will be more relevant. But the Sunday opening price, if the fact that we're above it now, if on Tuesday we still stay above it, I doubt we're going to drop below it, assuming dollar is bearish in how we think it is. I hope this makes sense. But don't hesitate to drop a comment below or join the Discord and ask me any questions, because I can understand how this may be quite confusing. But let's go to the 15-minute, and like I said, no, let's go to the 5-minute even, and you can just see consolidation. But this is classic in terms of this time of day. And then what will usually happen is Wednesday will open, they'll create a good swing during in London, maybe drop lower. If we open in London and drop lower, then it's likely we might get reversed on the back of it, and it might be quite a nice ride. But like I said, even so, we've done our work, so I wouldn't be too heavy on the pound. So let's just get that daily divider up. And it might just be a matter of us filling this fair value gap in, as in we might find that price trades into Asia, into London, and just fills the fair value gap, and then maybe consolidates there or bounces off the low off that fair value gap, which again is completely fine. Let's just get Wednesday sorted. Oh. But I do think tomorrow's going to be a good and interesting day for sure. It's definitely going to be a decider for the week, because right now I can only imagine how many people are chasing price, and it would be very naive of me to chase price saying, oh, it's dropped on Tuesday, therefore we should go short. Like, that's very naive. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. So that's going to be everything on pound. I hope that will make sense. Let's finish up on Euro USD. Now Euro is one that's been going more in line with dollar. And now if you watch yesterday's video, you'll know that I wanted price to find support at these levels, and it's completely disregarded them, trading lower, again showing a level of weakness. But similarly, as I said, if dollar has found resistance the way I think it has, then it will roll back into its range, and it will either consolidate or it will still manage to pull back. It honestly depends, and it's just the way. It's again the same way Euro has dropped into this range. There is a bullish order block here. Let's go to the daily. Sorry, I'm going to clear up this. And if we look at this large wick which we're trading to on the daily as well, we've just hit the 50% level, and there's a fair value gap down here. And as far as I'm concerned, if we're bullish, then this fair value gap should provide support, with the 50% level being the lowest that price is allowed to trade. Now that does seem still pretty tradable and deep, but again, it's all, like I said, it's very much dependent on dollar. But this kind of back and forth action, as you can see, down, up, down, like, it's range bound, and we just need to be wary of that and understand that consolidation is likely going to occur. Here's a fair value gap down on the hourly, so we might want to pay close attention to this, as in price may want to attempt to try and fill that. But it really depends on how and if price leaves it. If price wants to leave this, it won't spend long down here. What will happen is we'll get in there, there'll be the news announcement, maybe that's what this is at, 5 a.m. New York time, sorry. If we get a strong reaction off the back of it, there's no reason we couldn't start looking for potential longs to pull back into the range. But again, low resistance, and when I say low resistance, I mean clear up close candles and delivery to the upside. High resistance, lots of back and forth, lots of wicks on the way down. So we're seeing high resistance on the way down, but low resistance on the way up. There's no reason for us to necessarily change our whole bias for the week so early in the week as well, and when it's very much possible that we might just be, this might just be the Judas swing off the week. And to finish all of that off, it's the first week of January. You know, it's going to be volatile, so we need to be appreciative of that as well. So definitely don't be kicking yourselves over this, guys. But that's going to bring us to everything to an end. Let me just get the Sunday opening price for euro marked out just for reference sake again, which is right here. And you can see we obviously open, dropped just above it. We're back below again. Cool. You know, if dollar is bearish, how we expect, we will see Thursday, Friday, and late hours of Wednesday expanding aggressively higher, I reckon. But that's assuming that dollar is going to continue to find resistance and not get through this, which like I said, just looking at the market structure as in high, low, higher, high, displacement, breaker, looking at it, it shouldn't unless we are bullish. And if we are bullish, we are very bullish, if that makes sense. Like, it's going to need a lot to do so. So either way, it's a win in terms of if we're bullish, we're extremely bullish. And if we're bearish, price will play out just as we anticipate. But yeah, make sure to turn on post notification, guys. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, smash subscribe, join the mailing list, join the Discord. All of the links are in the description, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.